Hello, people. I'm Jaby KOAY, and we're with Joli Robinson.
Joli, with the hair up this time, guys.
Joli the Tiger Robinson, and we're gonna look at filter. Oh, oh man, you just like made a meme out of yourself. That's what's gonna happen. Filter Copies Being Single featuring CarryMinati. This has 4.5 million views with almost 300,000 upvotes.
Amazing.
So I'm very much looking forward to this.
ये हो गई रिपोर्ट फुल एंड फाइनल सबमिट। अब होगा वीकेंड पे चिल। तेरा क्या प्लान है बे?
कुछ नहीं ब्रो, मेरा तो वही है। पहले गर्लफ्रेंड के कुत्ते को डॉक्टर के पास लेके जाना है, फिर उसके भाई का आधार कार्ड बनवाना है, फिर उसके दोस्तों के साथ शिव सागर में लंच। द यूजुअल ब्रो।
कुत्ते का आधार कार्ड क्यों नहीं बनवा लेता?
अजय, पिछले 2 महीने का डाटा बैकअप पेंडिंग है। तो कल आ जाना। वैसे भी वीकेंड पे प्लान तो होंगे नहीं।
अबे, तुझे क्या लगता है मैं सिंगल हूँ इसलिए मेरी कोई लाइफ नहीं है? Right, oh left, right.
On the toilet, hilarious.
I can identify with that.
Right, अरे super light.
Super light.
Some fun tonight.
Oh no.
ओके, तो उसके बाद वो कहता, मैं यहाँ क्या कर रहा हूँ?
Ajay, too funny.
हाँ, बचपन से।
You know what? You look hotter in person than in your Tinder pictures. So, when do you want to meet my parents?
Whoa.
Parents?
हाँ, उनसे तो मिलना ही पड़ेगा शादी करने से पहले।
Oh. That was fast. My goodness.
आज तो एडवेंचर होगा।
I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Yeah, I know. I have actually.
तो कैसे हैं आप लोग? और लोंडो?
Oh my god. This is so not cool. Oh, it's not cool.
पकड़ा दो फोन अपने।
कभी हाथों के पंकज उदास, राइट हैंड रूल पता, राइट हैंड रूल्स।
हट बकलोल, I am Glenn, but I am not right. कोई ना, आज फोन।
Do you guys really have moments like this? Like trying to decide which hand?
No.
एक स्लाइस पास करना।
Well, maybe.
तेरा बॉयफ्रेंड कौन है? नहा ले अपना।
ओए, हो गया मेरा, जा नहा ले।
वीकेंड पे कौन नहाता?
ब्रो चल दारू पीते हैं ना।
So gross.
ये पिएगा ओल्ड मंक।
अबे कुछ भी चलेगा, नशा होना चाहिए। ट्रैक पे चलें?
हाँ चल भाई, कभी भी चल ले।
कल चलते हैं ना।
कल नहीं होगा भाई।
क्यों?
कल मैं रिया को प्रपोज कर रहा हूँ ना।
Oh.
इसलिए।
तू पागल है भोसड़ी क्या?
प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम ये है कि वो एक रिलेशनशिप है। और क्या प्रॉब्लम है? प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मैं चाहता हूँ तेरी जिंदगी में कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो, लेकिन अगर है तो वो मेरी जिंदगी की सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। यार इस बुलशिट यार, तेरे को तो अपना सिंगलहुड सेलिब्रेट करना चाहिए। पता है रिलेशनशिप में क्या होता है? लौड़े लगते हैं लौड़े। और उसके बाद बेबी शेव कर लो, बेबी कीटो डाइट कर लो, बेबी शॉपिंग कर लो, बेबी ये कर लो, वो कर लो, बेबी बच्चा है तू वैनशॉट, बेबी बनेगा।
ट्राई तो कर ही सकता हूँ ना।
ट्राई कर सकता हूँ। उठ, निकल यहाँ से। उठ, छोड़ दे, नहीं छोड़ दे। छोड़ दे, इधर खड़ा हो, निकल यहाँ से, निकल, घर से बाहर निकल।
He feels betrayed. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Oh my Danny man.
No, see, there's only one sip left. You have to have it, my baby.
देख रहे हो? पुराने जमाने में लोग एक दूसरे को संतरे के पीछे मार देते थे। इन्हें देखो, अगर इन्हें पोलियो लगना होता ना, दोनों के दोनों लंगड़े घूम रहे होते। तुम पहले ले ली, तुम पहले ले ली। बुरी है ये भी।
Uh-oh.
भाई रिया ने मना कर दिया।
हो गया KLPD।
What an asshole.
No sympathy.
अरे आजा। आजा।
इतना बोला मैंने।
अरे आजा,
there we go,
छोड़
right
ना,
now.
तू चला। दारू पिएगा?
Oh, raging. Is he wearing boxers still? This is what your guy friends do to make each other feel better.
This is all in their head the whole time.
अच्छे plans हैं. Very good, very good. तुम पार्टी करो, आराम से पार्टी करो. मैं किसी और को ढूंढ रहा हूँ.
Oh wow.
ठीक है?
Powerful imagination.
Come tomorrow.
तो कैसे हैं आप लोग?
I like that guy, the one who did the proposal.
I'm still fixated on the hands that were talking to him.
That was like traumatizing to me. I actually kind of like blocked that out a little bit. I was like, oh, I hope guys really don't do this. Like actually have conversation with who's gonna do the deed. That's terrible.
I would say that when it comes to spending time with a woman, you should practice both hands. On
yourself?
On yourself. Okay, look. God, this is a weird conversation that I just
it's about to get super weird. But, yeah, and you went right there. This is like the first thing you wanted to comment on.
It was the thing that stuck out the most. It was very awkward. You hear these stories like guys name their ding-a-ling.
Yeah.
But like I feel like if you are in the habit of self-pleasure, then you should practice with both hands, men and women. You should get used to using...
To be ambidextrous.
Otherwise you get this like big-ass right forearm and it's just like, what the... Well, he's clearly busy with solo pleasure.
He is clearly single. I don't even want to talk about this more, but like how much would you have to do that in order to get visibly bigger than your other arm?
I mean, even if it's just a little amount, over time, walking with that heavier right arm can cause back issues, I'm sure.
And you got scoliosis, and this is a disaster.
It's just, you don't want those problems. It's just, no. And sometimes...
Tuesday the right hand, Wednesday the left.
You gotta change it up sometimes. Sometimes that weird, awkward left rhythm is better for you.
Keep things new and spicy.
It's just like, this is different. Can't go quite as quick. So, sometimes it's a slow burn. Like a French film.
Oh my god.
But seriously, like, this is just a bit of Jaby advice. If you're spending time with a girl, you should definitely practice both hands and not just one. Because sometimes you're on the other side of the bed, and it's like, you don't want to break the mood by saying, let's switch sides.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Please, that's my good hand.
That's a good hand.
I'm not going to get the right rhythm here. You're gonna have to reset a couple of times.
Oh, see, that's so creepy.
Yeah. Projecting a face onto a hand is
it would be better than him just having a conversation. It's like it's just so creepy though.
But projecting a face onto anything is kind of creepy. Like the orange face guy, you know what I'm talking about?
The orange face guy.
The orange, the freaky orange character who talks. I forget.
Yeah,
the annoying
terrifying.
orange. The annoying orange.
But it's also terrifying because of the proportions of the mouth.
But just
and he has like yellow, nasty, like gremlin teeth.
It's just gross, though. It's like gross looking.
I like that Donald Trump came up as part of the search for orange-faced creature.
That's amazing.
अजय, पिछले 2 महीने का डाटा बैकअप पेंडिंग है, तो कल आ जाना. वैसे भी वीकेंड पे तेरे कोई खास प्लान्स तो होंगे नहीं.
I haven't ever had an office situation like that where like I thought I had the weekend off and then they're like, no, you gotta come in tomorrow and do more. And it being
because California work laws are insane. You'll never have that happen here.
It's completely different. But like I've had situations where I was working at a restaurant and the manager, for whatever reason, it was kind of gross. I think he liked this girl who was my coworker. She was 16. And I was, I think, 18 when I was working at this job. And what happened was like, I was running around the restaurant doing different things like cleaning up. He goes, hey, Jaby, clean this area over here. And I'm like, that girl's doing nothing. Why aren't you having... Because he's showing her preferential treatment.
Because he was trying to, suck up to her in a weird way.
He's showing his dominance over me because he's my boss. Like, what am I going to say? No?
Of course you're going to say yes, yeah.
Exactly.
So, when do you want to meet my parents?
Parents?
हाँ, उनसे तो मिलना ही पड़ेगा शादी करने से पहले.
So you've never had anything like... Obviously not that happen, but you've never had anyone be like super like creepy about things?
It depends on the definition of creepy. My third girlfriend... I was on a date with her, like it was early on, and I said something I was being too casual, and I was like, if we are together in several years...
Oh, like hypothetically,
yeah, this is what I would do. And in her mind, she's like,
Did she get creeped out?
She got creeped out. She's like, this is like our second date. Why are you saying that? But I'm like...
She's like, okay, soccer.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, I'm just being real. Like, I'm not going to hide that. But this was like next level. Like, she's just trying to find a man to clamp down as fast as possible. I have not been in that particular situation. I have been with women who were trying to get a baby out of me.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
I guess that's like the closest thing for a guy to feel like objectified.
Yeah,
I had somebody propose to me like with a ring, and I didn't date them.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like, I knew it for a little while.
But no one's proposed to you to just have a baby?
No. Because that wouldn't be a good tactic anyways. I mean...
You don't want kids?
Yeah, I don't think I do. Is that weird?
No, but if you change your mind, Jaby's here to help
willing
you
to donate
out. Yeah.
some
And the only rule is like I need 90% custody.
90%? Jeez.
Yeah, I'll give you 10%. It's a good 10%. You get this
I
sensation.
guess I really don't want to have kids. It's a good deal because then it's like somebody gets to take care of them 90% of the
You
time.
get to just kind of come in and be Disneyland mom.
चलें? हाँ चल भाई कभी भी चल ले कल चलते हैं ना कल नहीं होगा भाई क्यों कल मैं रिया को प्रपोज कर रहा हूँ ना इसलिए
So there's one thing I took umbrage with here, which is like, dude's about to propose to his girlfriend the next day and he's playing PlayStation. If I was gonna propose, even knowing a month out, I don't know that I could sit still. I would be just.
Well, it's probably why she said no to him, because he like probably had the crappiest proposal ever.
You don't know
That's
that.
Probably why he got dissed.
You don't know that. He could have had a whole bouquet, like the end of Twins. Like he could have had a whole bunch of flowers everywhere, and he came in on his knees like Danny DeVito.
He doesn't quite strike me as the guy who did this.
Well, then the next scene will surely be the ending scene from Twins.
Like his buddy is wearing a
knees,
Mickey Mouse shirt.
with a bunch of flowers everywhere. Did you see that, Twins?
I did a long time ago. Yeah, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Exactly. When he came back home though, and he was like, she said no, and he's like, I told you not to do that.
He's kind of a dick about
That's
it.
such an asshole thing to say, but it feels so real. Like I can.
Yeah, coming from this dude especially, like that's.
I have friends who would do that.
Yeah.
I have friends who would be a dick like that and be like, I
whatever,
told you.
dude. Yeah, your own fault. You did it to yourself.
New Yorkers are the worst with that.
We are the worst.
New Yorkers are the absolute worst.
Suck it up.
This is gonna feel dark for about.
Life is tough.
This is gonna feel dark for about 5 seconds. When my dad passed away, some New York relatives were like, the best thing to do is just move on.
Serious?
I'm like,
that's so intense.
Are you fucking crazy?
That's pretty cutthroat.
It's
Those are
like,
some hardened. They've been through some tough things.
देख रहे हो पुराने जमाने में लोग एक दूसरे को संतरे के पीछे मार देते थे इन्हें देखो अगर इन्हें पोलियो लगना होता ना दोनों के दोनों लंगड़े घूम रहे होते तुम पहले ले ली तुम पहले ले लो हट
The worst thing about being single is seeing people who are happy in relationships.
It is kind of shitty.
It is. It's like
because you don't want to admit that you're jealous, but you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
Totally missed that.
Being single does have its perks. There is something nice about it, especially if you were just in the long relationship. Like there's a nice feeling to that independence again. But I hate.
Well, you have a lot more creativity, right? You forget about all the things that you suddenly can do again. You're like, oh my god, that's right. I can totally not have to answer anybody and go take a trip here or there. And it's nice to have that, to be reminded to have that freedom.
It's good practice for when your kids go off to college. Because your whole identity is your kids,
It's like
and then they
locked in,
leave, and you're like, oh my god, I don't know. I have so much time now. Like I don't know what to do with this time.
What to do with yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, your whole identity is fixed. Yeah.
I know that feeling. I recognize that feeling. It's very real when you especially just getting out of a relationship and you see all these happy people who just got engaged and they're super, in love and holding each other and sharing drinks and can't decide who should finish it.
Like enough is crap. Yeah.
I don't know what the silver lining here is in this video. It's just like.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did he have many happy moments? Or was it all kind of
There was
like...
nothing happy.
They
It was all
didn't
bad.
really make it to be any kind of perks of it.
right oh left right
But the toilet thing with the swiping is very real.
Yeah, you've totally been on the toilet on...
I've done lots of things on the toilet. I do writing on the toilet. I play Nintendo Switch on the toilet.
I appreciate that honesty.
Yeah, it's just a good place to get stuff done.
Because you can't do much else. It's true.
It's annoying. I hate the feeling of not being able to do anything productive. So I'm just like, well, I'm gonna do something.
Getting toxic matter out of your body isn't productive
No,
enough.
no, not at all. That's why I'm gonna look for a date while I'm pooping.
Well, see, that's why everybody has magazines and stuff in their bathroom.
एक स्लाइस पास करना
तेरा बॉयफ्रेंड कौन मंगा ले अपना
Damn, he's not even sharing the pizza. He's pissed off about that, and he won't even give that to his friend. That's mean. He seems a little disgruntled. He really doesn't want to be single.
No, that's the. I don't think he does. I wish they actually focused a little bit more on the dating aspect of this. That got me actually excited. Yeah, just a few more, just to really show you the different kinds of experiences you'll have and why you end up staying single. Because, man, I've had some weird. I've had some weird dates. I have had some weird experiences, and it's just like. Ugh.
I feel like the weirdest ones that I've had is just way too much oversharing, way too early, and you're deer in headlights, holy fuck. That's just the first 10 minutes of knowing you.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
I can honestly say that just about every single Tinder and Bumble date I've ever had always ended weird. It was always this weird, sometimes you realize that there's a reason that person's on Tinder and Bumble.
I know, you can imagine the majority of people. I know that's a sad thing, and it's a sad thing to face too when you're on that app. You're like, oh crap, am I part of this
am I one of these things?
Do I suck? But there's a handful of weirdos. I don't want to tell too many stories just in case because I'm still friends with some.
Okay, then yeah, you shouldn't.
So We're gonna go there just in case.
But there's two kinds of things you'll experience. You'll either experience the absentee ballot. These women who are there, but they're not.
They're just checked out.
They're just like, they just signed up because their friend made them do it because they've been
so they
single for
don't
a while.
really want to even be on a date.
Yeah, they're not actually trying to date. And what happens is like the moment they sign up, either they've forgotten about the app or they just got into a relationship. And so they're getting.
You know what? I've actually done that. Like I think like.
Yeah, see.
Pretty much like.
They sign off the app.
And I think like I did it one day because I was like super bored and I was like, all right, like give it a shot. And then like all these guys hit you up and you're like, oh, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
I don't really want to actually meet anybody right now.
And so there's
like,
that. That's A, and then B is the crazy, like the weird. I went on a date with this chick, and the moment she walked in the restaurant, I was like, this has no written all over it, but I'm just gonna go through the what do you call it?
The motions
of it. Yeah, just through the.
How long did you stay?
For like an hour. Like
that's pretty good.
I paid for dinner, and what happened was.
That's nice of you. But I don't like those situations either. Because I've been on the other end of like, well, I guess in the same scenario, but with a guy. Well, I did not know how to get out of it.
The thing is, like, I paid for food, I paid for a drink for her, a drink for me, and I was like, I'm done. And
like,
she's like, she's like, I want one more drink. I was like, fuck.
Get it for yourself, girl.
I was almost ready to just get up and leave at that point. Like, just leave her there with the bill. I was
and what made you not do that?
Because I'm a nice guy.
But, I mean, like,
yeah,
I could say that too, because I was trying to be nice, but it was, like, really honestly, because, like, when I went on this date with this one guy, and he was oversharer, and originally we were supposed to just meet up with coffee, right? So it was going to be, like, non-committal.
Yeah.
20 minutes, if anything, if it just doesn't vibe.
And
then it turned into he decided he was going to order food to lock it down a little more. And I was like, oh, shit. And I really didn't want to. I already like knew it was like a no. You know, I could say to myself that I like stayed because I was trying to be nice, but it was because I felt really awkward and I just didn't know how to get myself out of that situation.
I know that the tactic now is what you have to do is you have to have a friend that's on like speed dial or something, where you tell them, hey, I'm gonna go on this date.
Go run to the bathroom real quick and then.
Yeah, you text them and let them know I need you to call me in 5, and then you go back to the date. You get the phone, go, oh my god, like I have to go to the hospital now because my friend, like her dog just ran over a car, and her car's in the hospital. I gotta go tend to my friend's car. That didn't make any sense.
You still have to eventually have that conversation if the person's into you, because I kind of like stuck it out. I'm so sorry if this guy's listening to and he's piecing it together. I highly doubt he's gonna watch this. But I like stuck
it through. He's just watching now with a vengeance.
Damn it, with a vengeance. I stuck it through dinner.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to make it very clear at the end of when we were leaving, like in the parking lot, like he went for the hug and I just gave him like the most dead fish kind of like responsive hug I could give him.
Okay, fine. Okay. Ready?
Like, okay, bye. And then like you do the kind of like break apart, like dead fish. It was terrible.
To be fair, I gave an awful hug just now too. Yeah. It was mutual.
But you can feel it. It's just like, oh, this person's trying to melt out of your arms.
Yeah. Oh, you know what that is? That's like a weak handshake when you go like.
Yeah, you're actually like, oh, yeah, you're like grossed out by it.
Firm,
like, oh.
firm handshake, just firm, man hand. Yeah, okay.
So I tried to give the most offensive hug that was like clearly there was no physical chemistry from my side at all.
Right.
And it wasn't enough. And then I remember him like texting me later in the night, and he was like, really attracted to you, I think you're amazing. I couldn't really read the energy, and I was like, damn, how much clearer do I need to get? I just want to know if you're interested, I'd love to take you out again. I guess it was a little bit easier because I was texting, but that's when I had to like finally, I was like much better at being mean about it.
On the text?
I didn't feel as awkward. Like I wish I just had the balls to do it earlier to save everybody time, but yeah, it was like a little easier for me on text. I was like, yeah, no, sorry, there's like zero chemistry from my side. Like I had to be really blunt because I was afraid if I kind of like was nice about it again, it would just like continue on.
There's got to be a way that we can sort this out with some kind of invention, like some kind of angel eject button where you hit this button on your phone if you want out, and then
why isn't there an app like this already?
But like two people swoop in who are dressed angelically and they give you like a massage while the girl's walking out of the restaurant, like something.
To make it easier for the guy getting dissed?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it could be like a paid service too, right?
Yes, and we
so
should
the person
all pay
who's
for
like
this.
getting out is just like, man, I'm sorry, but here's $5 to these two strangers. They're gonna come in and give you a weird massage that'll hopefully make you feel better.
In the future, you'll be
walking. And then you just like creep out like Homer in the bushes.
Exactly. You don't have to creep out. You just get up and walk. In the future, when you're walking down the street, you're just gonna see a bunch of women with these angel wings, just like smoking a cigar.
Oh, and everybody knows what it means.
Exactly.
Though. Yeah,
well, they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the event to be called like an Uber, like Uber Angel, right? Uber eject.
I think this should be your next business model.
Maybe.
People have to pay to diss other people. I don't know if they're actually gonna.
No, we all just pay for this service. We pay
collectively, like taxes.
Like $1 a month. You all pay for it.
I don't want to have any part of that. I'm not putting my money into other people getting dissed.
I would. I would pay just so everyone else's ego can feel better when they get rejected.
You're on your own.
Because there's so many it's LA. There's so many disgruntled people who are just like, I need to have sex, and they're just like so disgruntled. I would pay $1.
And I guess then you have to be in traffic with them. So I guess the plus side would be it's less shitty driving.
I think I just made so much sense of why traffic is so like aggressive. Because everyone's like sexually frustrated.
I discovered the root of the problem.
You're walking around, okay? You walk around LA, it's a bunch of Joli Robinsons walking around, okay? Everyone's a fucking 10 out here. And every guy's like trying to hit on them and they're just not working out.
Yeah, I had a guy, first of all, this reminded me, I was walking to yoga, had headphones in, and this guy literally pulls up in his Jeep and like starts creepily driving 2 miles an hour to like keep up with me.
What else are you gonna do?
And he like honked his horn so I would take my headphones out. It was so aggressive and weird.
What else are you gonna do?
It's so intense.
He likes you.
And then he literally followed me 2 blocks and I was like, oh my God.
One
and then
block
I had
was
to be,
okay.
and then you had to be really mean, so I can only imagine that guy's like pissed off afterwards. He's gonna go cut somebody off. So I actually think you did come to the root of the problem.
Yes. 1 block is okay. 2 blocks, that's too much.
2 is creepy.
That's too much.
Very creepy.
1 block is fine.
Yeah.
I had a moment like that once. I was
Where you were creeping on somebody?
Yeah. But not. It wasn't. Let me tell it before you like make a judgment pass on me. What happened was I was at my foot doctor's place.
Okay.
And I was about to leave, and I saw this beautiful foot doctor talking to my foot doctor. I'm like, why wasn't that my foot doctor? I was like, why isn't that my foot doctor? Well, I'm. So anyway.
She could have been touching my foot.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want her touching my. I'm sensitive about that, but I thought she was really really cute, and like. I shouldn't say cute. She was beautiful. She was really pretty. And so I leave, and I go to my car, and my car's like on the far side of the parking lot. Hers wasn't, and I didn't know that. And so she goes to her car, and I'm driving, and I see her. Uh-oh. So I stop, I roll down my window, I'm doing this old school shit. And I go, hey, I was just wondering if you had a boyfriend. And she goes, no. And I go, okay, cool. I was just, And
curious.
I'm about to drive off, and she goes, "But thank you, thank you for that. Like, that actually really made my day. I appreciate that." I'm like, okay, well, chuckles. I just walk away.
You didn't do anything with it.
What can I say? She's got a boyfriend.
Oh, I thought she said no. Why did I not hear that?
I fucked up the story. She says yes, I have a boyfriend. I was
like, and then you're just like, cool, curious, just wanted to know. Bye.
Yeah, because I just got chickened out. No, you're absolutely right. My story made no sense. Jaby's weird.
He needs a nap.
Jaby's just so awkward.
Nap really badly
Jaby's
today.
so awkward that when a woman says yes, he goes, okay, cool, and he leaves. I heard yes.
Oh, no, when she says no, you're like, cool, just wanted to know.
Whatever would work in my favor, I still hear the opposite. So I'm walking that way now. No, she said she had a boyfriend, but then she stopped. But she stopped me from leaving and said, but I appreciate that. But the same thing happened to me.
I've said that a million times, even when I don't have a boyfriend. Because I just think it's the night. Again, I think it's that you don't
ruined
it might hurt
everything retrospectively.
Because I think as a female, you do appreciate, especially if a guy is not like super aggro about it. If a guy does that, it's because it's a compliment, and that takes balls. It's not easy to do that, so you don't want to like be like totally not interested in you, dude. So you say if I have a boyfriend, then it's just an easy out, and it's somebody else's fault. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing the rejection. It's not the guy's fault. It's my boyfriend's fault for
That's a smart
existing.
tactic. No, I think that's a great tactic to use. But then you get guys who are like,
I used it this weekend actually at the boardwalk.
Yeah, Jaby hit on Joli.
Again.
Stop it, Jaby. No, that's a good tactic though, and I always tell anyone I'm dating to use that. I get frustrated if I'm dating a girl and she tells me a story about how she meanly rejected a guy. I'm like, why? You're just making more angry people. I know that it's not your responsibility, but just like let them off gently. That takes a lot of courage.
It's a hard thing to do. Yeah. They're obviously attracted to you, so that means they think you're beautiful.
Right.
So.
And you're gonna create less angry traffic if you're nice to the guy. When you reject
it's gonna help the whole ecosystem of LA.
So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Please be sure to check out Joli on the social media. Yes. I'll stop playing footsies with her.
Sorry.
That's me. I was like, I keep kicking her feet by accident. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, and short films. She's like, this table's touching my feet.
She's like, weird. Did you have a cat?
Yeah. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
Joli Robinson.
Peace out.